right here on your Women Radio WFM 91.7. It's Friday. Yes, of course. Susan was already saying, thank God it's Friday. Like, why do we get really excited when it's Friday? And sometimes it's not like the weekend service our own. Because you find plenty of activities during the weekend. And on Monday, you feel as if you have not rested at all. But once it's Friday, our brain is already telling us that it's weekend. But anyway, this is her lens right here on your Women Radio WFM 91.7. My name is Rose Yusuf Kaiser, and I'm excited to be with you today. Not because it's Friday, but just because, we're here to talk about issues. So this comes to you Mondays through Fridays from 9:05 a.m., where we have ladies from different geopolitical zones come together to discuss, dissect, and disagree on topical issues. So yes, I'm happy to see you being about today. Yesterday we were able to speak with Susan, but been about how far you look partyish or one beige. I don't know, maybe it's the girl that is missing, but you look pretty this morning, Binabo. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you, Rose. Good morning, Susan. Good morning to all our valued listeners. It's great to be here. I missed you guys yesterday too. I had a program and I had to travel down to the venue, so there was no way I could even do her lens yesterday.
Yeah.
For me, Rose, you're yet to understand me, Sha.
Okay.
Every day na party.
Abi.
Nothing na party. Even I'm sleeping na party. I can't come and kill myself.
At all. At all.
Thank you.
All right. So thank you very much for joining us today, Binabo. Susu, how are you today? Good morning, Susu.
That name is making me shy. You are making me blush. Good morning, Rose. Good morning, Ibinabo. Good morning, Helen's family. Thank God it's Friday. I don't know why, but it just excites me. Like, weekend is here. So tomorrow we are not waking up early to start rushing. Let me quickly tidy up Helen's work, this, that. So thank God it's Friday. And yes, Madam Ibinabo, you are looking hot. Hot.
I'm not the only one.
Ready for party.
Calm down and let the head go cross.
Remain small for the single Pringle. Make we say shine now.
Say yesterday na Buki they say she get to one bed to go. Wait. So she could not even wait. She even thought yesterday was Friday because she was already saying Friday. I said, no, Buki, today is Friday. So it'd be like saying she transferred the spirit to give you. Anyway, you already said that every day is a party for you. So we carry on. All right, it's good to have you both join us this morning on the program, Harlan. So yes, this is 30 minutes past 9 on Women Radio WFM 91.7. Okay, so do want to be a part of the program by dialing 07000 917 917. You can also dial 09155 917 917. And of course, you can send us WhatsApp messages to 0703 1756537 or 08155 917 917. So I think something that gets me really excited is because of the International Day of the Girl Child tomorrow, which is 11. Since we're not going to be here, we're just going to talk about it. Talk about some issues that concerns the girl child, their protection, their empowerment, and just making sure that the country is safe enough for them. And we'll celebrate them as young girls because all of us were once there and we could understand some of the issues that they get to face. Are we looking at molestation? Are we looking at rape? Are we looking at sexual abuse in all its forms? Are we looking at domestic abuse? Are we looking at, just different evil that gets to happen to the young girl and that doesn't make her feel safe, even within her parents' compound, within the four walls of her home, to school, to the streets and everywhere. So there's just a lot when it comes to the day or, the girl child. And once we have days like this, we'll continue to raise awareness on some of the issues that concerns them. Are we talking about education? Are we talking about how to empower them? Are we talking about their health? menstrual hygiene? Are we looking at, every other thing, their economic empowerment, how they can be better to change their mind be open their minds to a lot of possibilities, because for a lot of us, if we happen to maybe hear or were privy to some of the informations that are out there now, maybe we would have made better decisions, maybe we would have been better off, maybe we would not be making, or maybe we would not be experiencing the aftermath of the decisions that we've made before, right now would not actually be the consequences. That's what I was saying. The consequences of decisions we've made when we were young girls. So there's just a lot to talk about, but most importantly, to celebrate the young child, to celebrate the young girl who has a lot of dreams, and who is just looking at the world with so much possibilities. And then also try to encourage a lot of them that they feel at this point, I have been raped, I have been abused. What next? What is this? What is there in this life? Is this what life is about? I don't even want to be here again, and all of that. But anyway, this is coming from the Premium Times, and it says that International Day of the Girl Child, reps urge protection and empowerment of Nigerian girls. Now, the House of Representatives is called on the federal government and relevant agencies to prioritize the protection, education, and empowerment of girls, especially those living in crisis-affected communities across Nigeria. The House also asks security agencies and relevant stakeholders to implement concrete measures to protect girls from violence and exploitation during emergencies. The call followed a motion appealed on Thursday by Kafila Togbara. This Kafila Togbara, she has been shaking tables since, and we are really happy on some of the issues that she's taking on. During plenary in the commemoration of the International Day of the Girl Child, marked globally every 11 October. Now, the theme for this year is The Girl I Am, The Change I Lead, Girls on the Front Line of Crisis. So that's the theme for this year. So let's just get our thoughts on this. Let's talk about it critically. Let's look at children, the girls that we have around us, who are growing to be women tomorrow, who might be leaders tomorrow, but are facing a lot of challenges as it is, while also celebrating them. I mean, when I look at a young girl, I just feel excited, honestly, because there's just a lot that she can do. There's just a lot, but then societal issues will just make person they shake head. Because when you look at the statistics, sometimes it will be like, you hear maybe inside 10 young girls, you hear about maybe 5 of them or 6 of them have gone through sexual, violations, or one kind of, I don't know, it's just a lot. Susan, let's start with you on this one. What comes to mind for the International Day of the Girl Child?
Okay, so first, today is World Mental Health Day.
Oh yeah,
Today,
that's true.
yes, today is World Mental Health Day, and it's a lot. It has a connection, to the International Day of the Girl Child, considering the different perspectives that come to play. And for me, as a girl child, I want to say that it's important that we mentor our girl children so that their voices will shape their communities. This is very important because these days where you have a lot of violence, and this is going not just to those of us who are in places where we have limited violence. I'm looking at people in violence-prone areas. There are girl children, littered all over those states who do not have access to education. How do you empower that girl child who does not, have access to basic education, mentorship, and even inclusion? Because in some of these places, the girl child is seen as someone who cooks, someone who cleans, someone who should not assume leadership roles. And so, how do we begin to have honest conversations where we help these ones find their voices again, where we help them, know that beyond the environment they have found themselves, they can also thrive? I mean, who would have thought that many years back, I, for one, who was a little girl born in a small community in Kano State, came down with polio at a tender age, struggled so much with education. He was back and forth. Some years I'd be in the hospital, some years I'm at home. It was a 50-50 until I was stable enough to find my feet, study, and here I am today. So if I, who is a girl child with disability, can come this far, it is also a call to action to every girl child anywhere in the world. It doesn't matter what the crisis in your space is. This is an opportunity to tell you that you matter. We understand that incidents of stigma, cultural biases, and what have you, they exist, and this affects the self-esteem of most of these young girls, and their dreams are affected. But on this International Day of the Girl Child, just like Honorable Agbara, has rightly moved this motion, she's been doing so much from Lagos, even up to the national stage now. This is a call to also remind every girl child that their voices matter, whether you have a disability or not. Because when we talk of girl children, there are so many girl children with disabilities. There are so many children in the rural areas who do not even have access to this radio to listen to what we have to say. But for everyone listening who can help us pass this message across, they deserve mentorship, they deserve education, they deserve inclusion, and they are not meant to be violated, because we see a lot of gender-based violence going on, and it
Yeah.
affects most of these people. And when it affects them, their mental and emotional space is tampered with. And trust me, it is not a good place to be, because when your mental health, you see yourself as less. No
Hmm.
matter what anybody is saying, you just believe on to the next. What is happening? Are we staying or are we kaputting? Those kind of things. So it's important that we let them know that they matter, their voices count, and no matter what, they should still secure their mental health and stay in shape. Because even if you don't get that education due to the space you find yourself, there's something called adult education. So I don't want to streamline it to say, oh, if you don't get it as a little girl because you are in a space that is not giving you the opportunity, because even as we speak, some schools have not been open for a very long time in certain areas in Nigeria. And there are girl children in those spaces. There are girl children who have disabilities, whose parents are struggling with how to manage them. There are many moms like Mrs. Oboli who have girl children who are struggling with their teenage years, how to manage them, because they are incapacitated to be able to support themselves independently. Not everyone is a Susan who is struggling to manage myself independently. There are people 24/7 who depend on their parents or caregivers to take care of them. This is also a call to them to please do not abuse these young ones. Do not traumatize them and make them feel, because I'm the one helping them, because I'm the one assisting them, they must, always obey me, even when you are abusing them emotionally, psychologically, and otherwise. I think this is a call for everyone, because, I mean, from mental health to Girl Child Day, it's a whole lot, and the conversation continues. But I think I need to pause here for Madam Ibinabo to also lend her voice, because I can go on and on and on and on. Thank you.
Of course, thank you so much, Susan. You've touched on a lot of issues, honestly, and coupled with the fact that today is the World Mental Health Day, because at the end of the day, a lot of young girls that go through some of these traumas, at a young age, you'll find out that their mental health is not what it should be after they've grown, and then you find a lot of young girls who grow up to be adults with some baggage, and they are carrying that along, and projecting it on every person they get to meet, and before you know it, they're being just a lot of things that they just get to go through, and society will not even be fair on them. So yeah, it's definitely important to include that in the conversation this morning. All right, Ms. Binabo, let's get to hear from you.
Okay, thank you. I was so soaked in Susan's submission, I was almost like, okay, so we can now close and go home. You know, when I think about the Day of the Girl Child, then adjoining to it, the day of what was it again? Mental Health Day and all of that. I have so many things. Sometimes I become emotional because I think about, you can't think about yourself alone. Yes, we all have what we are dragging along that is slowing us down in our movement. But I remember last Saturday, somebody was talking to me about women radio, and he said something. He said, you know what caught my attention to you guys? That the first time he listened in, he didn't really know about women radio. And that was a few years ago. He said, you guys talk about Chibok girls, abduction and all of that. And till date, you still talk about it. That was what actually drew his attention to women radio, and he became a fan, a good listener to women radio and all of that. You see, when you're talking about the Day of the Girl Child and Mental Health Day, I think about the Chibok girls. I think about those ones who survived, who were rescued. I think about how they are struggling with the stigma, with the trauma. I think about their interrupted education. I think about those ones who came back with babies
Hmm.
that is completely out of their plans for their future. I think about those who are even still in captivity. They have become women. They were abducted as children, now they have become women. And what is their state of health, their mental health? How do they feel? Do they even know anything about the Day of the Girl Child? What do they feel? What do they feel? Do they still, there's something about being trapped in the world of a child, even though you're an adult, because they were abducted when they were children. And now they have gone into adulthood. How did they really did they really, how did they, move? What was the transition like from being a child in captivity to being an adult, being a mother? And then again, talk about those who are dead. So you see, a lot is going on with the girl child. And I want to appeal to this government that they need to pay more attention to the female gender. They need to pay more attention to our girl child. Because you see, because of the level of insecurity, not the safety aspect alone, but in other aspects, parents don't have money because of the economy, the state of the economy. And this has put a huge challenge on the girl child because she has her needs. As a child, when you get to a certain age, you begin to experience your your monthly flow. How do they take care of this? How do you move on with your life? How do you, a child who does not even have good clothes on, a girl child who doesn't even have good meal, a proper meal, a meal for a day. How does she hold herself together when she comes under the pressure of give me your body and I'll give you a plate of food? So these are very challenging period for the girl child. And away from that, I'm looking at the other side of the girls who have opportunities, the ones who have people to, give them the backing they need. Yes, I tell them, yes, you are a girl child. Yes, you are doing well. But the question is, what have you led? What change are you leading? What change do you want to lead? Because you see, you have to be assertive as a child, as a girl child. You have to make sure that nobody pushes you to a corner. Because you see, all of these things we're talking about, it cannot come a la carte. You have to work for it. And if you have been blessed with an opportunity, maybe in terms of your parents or your guardian, what are you doing with it? How are you leading other girls? How are you coming through for other females? Because it is very important in a community where I live in a community where we have them all mixed. You have the high, the medium, and the low. So as a girl child, sometimes your parents are very busy. They don't see these things. How often do you call their attention to other girls who have needs? Because I remember, like I said, a lot of thoughts, would come to mind. My youngest daughter, my youngest child, there was a
All right,
time.
before you give us that story, we're at the half mark. When we come back, just keep that story. You'll get to tell us about it. This is your Women Radio WFM 91.7, and this is the program Her Lens right here on the Voice of Women. And we're looking at the World Mental Health Day, and we're also looking at the International Day of the Girl Child, which is tomorrow. World Mental Health Day is today. International Day of the Girl Child is tomorrow. So do want to stay with us as we look at all of these issues. My name is Rose Yusuf Kaiser. I have Ibinabo and Susan with me on Her Lens.
WFM 91.7.
Something big is coming with Better Play. Get ready to turn 500 Naira into a 200,000 Naira daily jackpot. Yes, you heard me right. 200,000 Naira every single day. The more tickets you grab, the higher your chances of winning. Stay tuned, because this is the game changer you've been waiting for, coming to you on Women Radio 91.7 FM. Are you ready to play and win big?
Oh, see package. This is what I call full house.
Yes, sir. That's me. I feel
Huh? Talking about you. I'm talking about this Peak Yogurt Drink Full House pack in your hand.
The Peak Yogurt Drink 1 liter Full House pack with more refreshment contains fresh cow milk. Share and enjoy full house goodness filled with essential vitamins and minerals. Peak. Reach for your peak.
My people, something big don't land, and a money rain they fall. Better play, better chance. 200K fees enter your hand. If you try your luck, oh, better play, better chance.
Now 3 times every day, then they call winners for radio. Yes, now with just 500 Naira, you fit win up to 200,000 Naira every single day. Just join the Better Play lottery now and listen for your name for radio. 10 a.m., 2 p.m. and 6 p.m.
Better play, not dull yourself. Go get your ticket sharp. Buy them for www.betterplay.ng or just dial *347*154#. You want boost your chance? Buy reach 20 tickets if you want win.
Follow us for Facebook at Better Play and Instagram at Better Play NG to get correct updates. Now your turn to chop this money, oh.
Better play, better chance. You fit be the next lucky banger. Only people when don't reach 18 years fit play. Play responsibly.
Dangote refined and iodized salts. In every kitchen across Nigeria, something special is happening, not just in the pots and pans, but in the quiet moments between stirring and seasoning. Dangote salt doesn't just add taste to your pepper soup or jollof rice. It makes the moments around them even more meaningful. Because when your salts is Dangote, refined and iodized, you're free to focus on what really matters: the stories, the laughter, and the laugh shared. Dangote refined and iodized salt, giving you one less thing to worry about.
Hello, Daddy.
Hello, Diola.
I just want to say that I love you.
Oh, I love you too.
Hello, Daddy. I just want to say again that I love you and I like that we look alike. Hello, Auntie.
Hi, Diola.
How are you?
I'm fine.
How's family? I hope everyone is good. My regards to everyone.
I will, my dear.
Whoa. Diola, this is the 3rd time you're calling me. How much airtime do you need?
Airtime, okay. Long talk, master. I'm basically getting 6 minutes free talk time for every 6 minutes call I make every day, plus 50 MB data bonus. And for new customers like me, I get additional 25 minutes talk time and 1 gigabyte data welcome bonus. That's why I only make calls with my Glow line now.
Enjoy free 6 minutes plus 50 MB data on every 6 minutes call you make in a day on Glow Talkmaster, and enjoy a one-time 2,000 Naira welcome bonus. That's a 25 minutes talk time and 1 gigabyte worth of data. Get your Glow line and dial *606# to enjoy. Terms and conditions apply.
Unlimited. Do you know that rape, domestic violence, and child abuse are all crimes against the state? Do you know that as a survivor of either domestic and sexual violence, you can access medical, legal, counseling, and other services at no cost? Please reach out to us on 08000-333-333. Help is a phone call away, and utmost confidentiality is guaranteed. Don't suffer in silence. We believe you. This message was brought to you by the Lagos State Domestic and Sexual Violence Agency, with support from the Carter Center.
When I wake up in the morning, I need something to help me start my day. Four, 5, 6 has DHA. It helps my brain to grow. It helps me to be smart. Oh, 5, 6 years. 6, 5, 6 years. My own milk, oh, it's 5, 6 years. My own milk, oh, it's 5, 6 years.
Jama'a, wani abu babba ya sauka kuma ana zubar da kuɗi kamar ruwa.
Hakika, da naira 500 kawai za ka iya cin nasarar har naira 200,000 a rana. Shiga Beta Play yanzu kuma saurari sunanka kai tsaye a rediyo da karfe 10 na safe, karfe 2 na rana da karfe 6 na yamma.
Sai tikitinka a www.betaplay.ng ko danna *347*154#. Kana son karin dama? Za ka iya sayan tikiti har 20.
Ka biyo mu a Facebook at Beta Play da Instagram at betaplay.ng don sabbin bayani. Lokacinka ne ka ci wannan kuɗin. Beta Play na buɗe ne kawai ga masu shekaru 18 da sama. Yi wasa cikin hankali.
Smart Minds with Kiki, where learning brings fun every Saturday. Tune in and learn a bunch. Hey kiddies, guess what? Smart Mind is here and it's a fun-filled show for kids like you and I. Let's go! Let's go! Join Kiki on Smart Mind every Saturday at 9:30 a.m. on Women Radio 91.7 for a fun time. You get to participate in brainy quizzes and learn about new books with lots of laughter. Let's connect and learn new things together. We will learn and grow together on Smart Mind. Follow me on Instagram at Smart Mind with Kiki for updates and amazing content. Smart Mind every Saturday, 9:30 a.m. with Kiki on Women Radio 91.7. Where kiddies get a weekly dose of fun time on your Women Radio 91.7. Don't miss it.
Nigeria's first female radio station for women and their families with 91.7.
Right, you're tuned into Women Radio WFM 91.7. This is Halens right here on Nigeria's first radio station for women and their families. My name is Rose and still have Ibinabo and Susan with me this morning on the program Halens. Feel free to be a part of it by dialing 07000 917 917. You can also go ahead and, of course, send us WhatsApp messages on 070 317 56537. All right, Ibinabo, you were about to tell us a story before we went on that break. Please carry on.
Hello, good morning.
Oh, okay, we have a call. Hello, good morning, Mrs. Obeli. Good morning.
Morning, ladies. Wow. Happy International Day of the Girl Child.
Yes, so thank you.
Well, coming on the heels of the International Day of the Girl Child, is this continual clamor, awakening, and awareness that the girl child is not only confined to the other room, they can do better than their mother, and they can soar higher than the eagle, because the norm of stifling their voices, pushing them up, and whipping them into line, that era is now over. I would have loved to know the theme for this year, but I know whatever gives, the girl child, now like in times past, can now raise their head above water. So the question now is, have we gotten to a point where we can safely say the girl child is safe? The answer is no. But are we charting a course in the right direction to change the narrative, to recalibrate our mindset, and to cause a paradigm shift? The answer is yes. I have said countless times on your station that part of what endeared me to women radio is the awareness on the girl child and womanhood generally that your station gives, breaking the norm and societal stereotypes that we are accustomed to as females. Then, you know, when your what do I call her now? Your boss, yeah. Madam
So-
Shona, I won't call her your boss because she has evolved from being a boss. She's a sister, she's a mother, she's a friend. I hear what she does, and I'm like, this beautiful family. For the first time, she pioneered the women radio station in order to set up women to speak up, to speak out, lending credence to their voices in every facet of society. That is quite laudable. And it gives people like us the grace to speak out wherever we find ourselves. The first time I was at an event and I was speaking, they were like, now woman, no, I should talk like this. And I'm like, seriously, that time don't pass, no be now again, because everything don't change. So to all the amazing women who have passed through childhood and came out refined in spite of the bashing you've confronted, and to all the he or she who keep speaking up for the girl child, clamoring for a better life for them, to all the women radio team, all of you, Rose, Ibinabo, Susan, Sumbo, Madam Shonaya, all of you who have one way or the other instilled morals in this circle of life as to contribute your quota to nation building. I salute your courage, your astuteness, and your credibility. I commend all you've been doing, and I say keep shining and soaring as you leave your footprints in the sands of time. Good morning, ladies. Thank you for all you do. Happy International Day of the Girl Child. I'm proud to be a woman. Oh,
yes, thank you so much, Mrs. Oboli, for your good words, your kind words this morning. We sincerely appreciate you too for always being with us in all weather, whether we're doing far or not doing far, whether we're just talking ordinary issues, you're always there. Thank you so much, Mrs. Oboli, for all of your support. All right, Ibinabo, let's come back to you.
Okay, I was actually talking about, okay, as a girl child, we have called on the government, we have called on everybody, we have talked about equity and equality, we have done our best.
All right, sorry, Ibinabo, to pause you. We have another call. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Oh, okay, we lost that call. All right, let's go ahead, Ibinabo.
Okay, so we have talked so much about, and we are not relenting. We keep talking. We are going to talk until even when we see the grand changes, we won't stop talking. You know, so I'm talking about you, the girl child. What have you led? What change have you led? What change are you leading? What change do you want to lead? You understand? And I was going to talk about my daughter. This I'm talking about, she was about, I think, 10-year-old then. So there was this young girl, I've narrated this story before, but it sounds very relevant again. So this girl child, we met somewhere in the church, the daughter of a security, at the security post, the security man there. She was alone in the house, a one-room apartment, in the whole of the compound. And that the venue of the church there was a school hall. She was there. And when we were leaving, I was about to drive, and she said, "Mommy, look at that girl that we saw in the church. She was at the children's section. There alone."
Hello.
So,
hi,
hello?
Good morning. Sorry, Miss.
She called.
Hi.
Hello, how are you? How are you?
Fine, thank you. Chipagoze, good morning.
Good. This
Yes.
is beautiful one. Good morning. How's your night? I hope your day is beautiful.
Yes,
I
yes.
and the Vietnam. I'm really enjoying education. I'm enjoying the show. So I just feel like tickling my soul so that I need to know that I really live you. I'm still very much good. So I went on a sabbatical leave anyway. May God bless every one of you out there.
All right, thank you. Thank you so much. I hope you brought back goodies from this sabbatical leave. You're welcome back, Chifagoze. It's good to have you back. Let's go ahead, Binabo.
Let me wrap up this story. So she called my attention to it that we can't leave this girl here. And that was the first time I noticed this little girl. The girl was about 7 years old then. So we had to take her home. And I told somebody that, look, do you know the father? The person said, yes, okay. When the father is back, please let him call me. And since then, and thereafter, this daughter of mine kept, pressuring me that this girl cannot be there alone. Let's bring her home. I said, it's not easy to bring somebody home, but we brought her home. She eventually lived with us for about 2.5 years.
Wow.
Her father to find his feet, then she reunited with her dad. So you see, what I'm saying here is that while we clamor for all that we clamor for about the girl child, what are we parents teaching our daughters? Are we teaching them to have empathy? Can they see a fellow girl, a fellow female child in trouble and want to help, or they'll just look the other way? Even when you know that if you cannot render this help, you can call your father, your mother's attention to it. That is where I'm going. Then again, I'm looking at the other side again. I'm looking because I some time ago had a conversation with an athlete. She was talking about, she went on about her coach. Oh, this man. Oh, I said, come, what is special about this coach of yours? And she told me how he was able to create a balance. You know, there were female athletes and male athletes he was training. And she said, you know, of course, the females, they will have their different times of monthly, you know, experience, you understand, monthly flow. And he created a timetable to suit everybody. And that was very fantastic. She said she used to have a trainer who would always segregate. We are the girls. They will never be here. Very soon you will hear they are having their period. I know he doesn't have time for all of that. It's not going, you know, it was highly discouraging. But this particular trainer understood and knew how to incorporate different training period for the ladies. And I want to salute, I don't know his name. Maybe she mentioned and I didn't quite grasp it. I want to salute those people, trainers who are supposed to train both genders, but they make room for periods like that, for moments like that, for the girls. I want to appreciate you. We say thank you. And I'm urging them to introduce this style to other male trainers who are training females to understand that it is not the girl child's doing. That is our biological makeup. There comes a time in a month that she will experience a menstrual flow. And some of them, it hits them very hard. They go through very painful period and all of that. So you have to give them that moment to rest, that moment to catch up with themselves again. So, you know, it's a two-way thing. On one hand, we salute those who understand this. On the other hand, we're saying that, please, can you please endeavor to tutor your fellow trainers to understand that there comes a time in a month that the girl child has a menstrual flow and it could disrupt a lot of things for her. So there is need to incorporate other means of training for her. Don't just throw her away because she's setting the group back and all of that. So and so on like that. So we keep talking. We can't stop talking about it because without a woman, you can't be, whether you are a female or a male. Without a woman carries you. Your mother carried you in her womb. So how could you wake up someday and then begin to, because people talk about this equality people are talking about. Say, have you gone to check the dictionary meaning of equality and equity? It is not any form of challenge. It is bringing your awareness to the inequality that has been taking place for all these years, and we are saying it is not right. We need to allow a very level playing ground for everybody. We need to allow social equality. We need to allow economic equality. We need to allow political equality and civil equality so that everybody will have the same resources at different times that they need these resources so that they can come up with the right results. Thank you.
All right, thank you to Ibinabo for giving us your thoughts on this and even touching on different areas as regards to the girl child. This is your Women Radio WFM 91.7, and of course, this is still the program Her Lens. Now, just before we go, let's quickly touch a little bit on the World Mental Health Day. There are a lot of issues, a lot of things that are going on. You know, there's somebody that once said that living in Nigeria alone is enough to affect your mental health. You know, with the so many issues that we are facing. Is it from politics? Is it from economy? Is it from the high cost of living? Is it even from family issues, workplaces, you know, jumping one temple to another, just trying to make yourself see food to eat? That one is enough mental health, you know, complications for one. But how can we get it right? How can we prioritize our lives, you know, the issues that we get to face, or the stages that we get to face in our lives? How can we prioritize all of this to get our mental health right? So, Susan,
Okay, so first I would like to say that looking at the context for 2025 now, you know, part of the issues, like you talked about Nigeria, there's a lot of anxiety, there's depression, and there is trauma due to crisis, you know, in different areas. We have the gender-based violence and exploitation, which is happening. Ibn Abo mentioned, you know, people who don't mind, you know, giving themselves just to put food, just to eat. So we have exploitation happening. We have interrupted schooling and social isolation. So looking at all of these things, of course, we can't forget that we still have stigma and limited mental health awareness and services in a country that has all of these challenges. So what needs to be done? I think we need safe and supportive spaces, you know, for girls to share and heal. This is not because men do not go through some of these challenges. We know that both genders, because I am a gender person, so when I'm discussing, I'm being holistic, but we understand that women are more prone to most of these things, not that men do not undergo it. We feel that another thing that needs to be done is the fact that we need access to mental health care and counseling. How do people even seek support, you know? And it's important that we include the voices of girls in decisions that affect them. Most times you see people make decisions and just bring it to you, it is wrong. And then awareness and education to break stigma. There's a lot of stigma, we cannot even go into that. And then it's important that the policies that we have that protect girls' rights, safety and well-being, that we monitor that these policies are being implemented, because most times we have policies on paper, but implementation is at zero level. I think Nigeria should be ranked as one of the countries that has most of the beautiful policies, but implementation is a major challenge. So in essence, you know, for this year, I want to look at it that the team, especially for the mental health, it calls for empowerment. People do not even know that what they are going through is a mental health breakdown. And so you see a lot of transferred aggression in the workplace. You are going to work, there's they are able to hit you, you know, people do certain things and you are wondering how and where is this doing. So it's important that we create an enabling environment where people's mental health, they have someone, they have a safe space where they can speak and share whatever it is, and people can advise them appropriately before they go overboard and do what is not proper. Thank you. Is she still?
Oh yes.
Oh,
Sorry,
yes.
I was muted.
Sorry, I was muted. And I was...
All right, thank you very
All
much,
right, thank
Susan.
you very much, Susan.
You know, what we just have Lena on the minute, just give us a final word on mental health.
Okay, I want to share mental health.
All right, Susan, kindly mute.
All right, Susan, kindly mute. One thing I've observed now is that we have more girls who are into drug abuse. That is a problem. As we talk about the Day of the Girl Child and we talk about mental health, we need to talk about drug abuse. Drug abuse has eaten deep into the fabric of this nation, especially the younger generation. You see a lot of girls, they are abusing drugs. They are not even doing it behind closed doors now. They are doing it in the open. It has become a fashion, and it is a huge problem. I took my time to visit the psychiatric hospital, Yaba, some years back, I think 2-3 years ago. And I realized that we have a lot of girls there who happen to be the inpatients because of drug abuse. This is worrisome. Parents, leaders, what are we doing? Because now we are talking about empowerment of the girl child.
Yeah.
How do you empower a drug abuser, somebody who abuses drugs, a girl child who abuses drugs? How do we empower, how do we even educate such a child? Unless we look into rehabilitating that child first. And do you know how much it costs? I took my time to even find out. If someone brings in a patient now, you cannot part less, you can't part less with less than 500,000 naira to admit a mental health patient in Yaba Psychiatric Hospital. And they did the breakdown of it, and I realized that yes, it is important. Every point they raised was important.
All right.
What do we do? It is a problem that has to be looked into. Okay. Drug abuse, dear my sisters, at this point, amongst the female folks, more so the girls, is alarming, is scary, it is worrisome. Thank you.
All right, thank you to Ibinabo. Thank you to Susan and Mrs. Oboli, all of you for lending your voice to the International Day of the Girl Child, which is tomorrow, 11th of October. And today, 10th of October, is World Mental Health Day. I hope that all of these issues that we've spoken about today will get better. And by next year, we'll be saying something different, which will be positive. So thank you all so much and enjoy your Friday.
WFM 91.7.
To sponsor this program, call the number 0816-480-7613.
Something big has landed and it's raining Naira. Better play, better chance. 200K is yours if only you